Okay, everybody, this is Mooney Dashcam, and today we are in Plainview, Long Island. We're going to be talking about the Hellraiser ball that the Hells Angels threw in 2002, where the Pagans came and crashed it. All right, let's flip this thing around and get it started. All right, so the venue that we're going to was called the Vanderbilt when this happened in 2002. Now I think it's an OTB, but when I went by it, it said Race Palace on it. So it's a place you could bet on horse races or probably any type of races you want. But it is at 1600 Round Swamp Road. It's right off the LIE. And it was a place for it was a concert hall for a little while. You could have like a wedding there, you could have a bar mitzvah, kind of an event space. And the Hells Angels decided that they're going to have their event there. Their annual Hellraiser ball. And there's about 1,000 people in attendance. It's a very family-friendly thing. It was kind of like a bike expo, a tattoo expo. There was a tattoo competition going on. So it was a community thing. I do have to say one thing about the Hells Angels. When they're not doing crazy stuff, they donate to charities. They're like a legitimate organization. So I don't want to always be trashing them. But in this case, stuff popped off. This one really wasn't the Hells Angels' fault, by the way. So the Pagans get wind that this is happening, and the guy who actually orchestrated the whole thing, his name is Rooster Katona. I don't know, that's probably his last name, Katona, whatever. He was one of the Pagans that orchestrated this whole thing. He got a bunch of Pagans from all around the country, Pennsylvania, Virginia, other states close by, and said, we're going to crash this thing. So they hang out in a bar in Lindenhurst, which is probably 15-20 minutes from here on the South Shore more, and send two guys to stake out the whole place, swing by. Now, of course, there are cops watching the situation. It's a gathering of a lot of people, so there's always going to be police there, but then also the Hells Angels are known to pop off, I've done videos where they murder people, so this is a common thing that happens. So there's police out there. They're watching. They're keeping an eye out. So two Pagans sneakily go up, kind of stake out the place, come back, and they report back to the Lindenhurst bar that they were all at. Then they load up. This is a little iffy here. There are reports that say there are 3 to 5 vans. Then there's a report that says 10 vans. It seems probably more like 10 vans because over 100 Pagans show up to this place. All right? Now, they don't just show up and, get in a little verbal altercation. They unload out of this van ready to kill people. There was actually a note in one of the vans that it just said kill 3 times written down. Were they going there to kill people necessarily? I don't know. Were they going there to piss people off? Definitely. And get into some fights and cause trouble? Yeah, for sure. I would say so. They pull up. They burst in the doors of this place and they just start attacking people, all right? Flipping tables down the hallway, anything. Now, they have an event space in here, so I'm sure there's a bunch of different event spaces. It's a 3-story tall place. So they start flipping tables. Anyone they could grab a hold of, just start fighting them, right? Which is obviously crazy. Here's the place on the left, Race Palace. Let's pull in here. They pull up now. I'm assuming the place probably looked the same back then because it's pretty outdated. So 2002, I can imagine. Obviously, I'll get out and I'll record all we can. We're gonna loop around the back here. But yeah, they get out. They instantly flip tables, start fighting people. One of the people, his name is Raymond Dwyer, one of the tattoo artists, who was also a Hells Angel, pops out, shoots down the hallway, literally shoots with his gun, and I think puts off like 5 shots just into this crowd of Pagans that are showing up. I mean, what do you think when the rival gang pulls up? You have no idea what to expect. Of course, the Pagans didn't come empty-handed. They recovered daggers, baseball bats, pistols, an automatic Uzi, axe handles, which the Pagans were known to carry, blackjacks. I'll put up a picture of a blackjack. It's a little leather piece with a piece of lead at the end that you smack someone in the head with, or really anywhere. It's a painful thing. And machetes. So they did not come empty-handed for sure. Let's pull up to one of these spots like a civilized person, and I'll record a little bit more. So this is the venue. Look at that. It's a pretty crazy place. So yeah, Nassau County, Suffolk County, which is the county over from here, state police, so state troopers, and the FBI all converged on this place when this went down. The brawl lasted for about an hour, if you could believe that. Helicopters circling, the whole bit. It's a really, really crazy thing. At the time, hundreds were detained. Over 500 people were stopped and questioned, which is pretty crazy. Cars searched, the whole bit. All those guns and stuff and weapons that were found, over 500 deadly weapons found. I'm sure that wasn't just the Pagans pulling up. I'm sure the Hells Angels were all locked and loaded too. They don't go anywhere without their stuff. A common weapon that these guys carry is a hammer, just on their pant leg, because you can't get arrested for carrying around a hammer. That's one thing I learned. Let's go around the back, why not? So here the guy, Dwyer, shoots down the hallway, putting off a few shots. I think 4 people had bullet wounds. Within a mile of this place, after everyone scattered, there was 3 separate vans found with wounded people in it. One of them was the person that Dwyer shot, Robert Rutherford, 51-year-old. He ended up dying in surgery. So that guy Dwyer ended up getting a second-degree murder charge. I'll have to double check my notebook when we get back. It might be manslaughter, but I believe it's a second-degree murder charge, because he probably didn't intend to kill anybody, but he did shoot into a crowd of people. So yeah, this is a race place now, so of course you gotta have the satellites. Look at this place. You can tell it held a lot of people. I'm sure they had some stuff going on outside at the time. Well, it was February, so maybe it was a little cold. February 23rd, if I didn't mention it before. The place is massive. There were 1,000 people at this event alone. Now, some people said they heard loud bangs, but there was a rock band playing, so they didn't think anything of it. It's a rock band. What do they expect? So I think in total, 73 people ended up getting arrested and having to go through trial. I believe most of them were the Pagans. And a lot of people were locked up for possession of weapons, rioting, and a few other things they were locked up for. Just imagine people spilling out of this building. Cops everywhere, picking everyone up they can. 500 people being questioned. That's a serious investigation right there. I mean, they did get, 4 different groups of law enforcement to get a hold on this thing. Along with all the weapons recovered, there was $5,000 worth of cocaine recovered from there also. The actor Chuck Zito was also there during this. He became an actor after he helped form the New York chapter of the Hells Angels. Pretty interesting. I don't know if I mentioned this was February 23rd, 2002. It was second-degree murder. I'm confirming here with my notes. The person who died didn't just get shot, he also got stabbed. A lot of stabbings went on, a lot of baseball bat beatings, and of course the shooting. And I believe that is everything I have to tell you about this crazy clash between 2 major biker gangs, the Hells Angels and the Pagans. Hope you enjoyed. If you did, I would appreciate it if you would subscribe. I also have an Instagram at mooneydashcam that I post on pretty much daily. All the stuff I see in the city all day long driving around. All right, see you guys in the next one.